do what I want. Okay, so I'm now live. So if you want to come hang out with me on YouTube, I'm going to hang up here and we'll go over there. And you can, it's just easier. All right, bye. All right. Okay, so I've decided I'm gonna do a loom. So I was gonna build this little part. Slums. I was gonna build this part, but my wood shop is closed, so I can't go there, sadly. And so it's called a rigid something or other. What's it called? I don't know. It's like a rigid whatever. No one's got time for this. So what I'm going to do is you guys can watch me if you want, work through this issue, which is making the stretched canvas into a loom for weaving. So if this is interesting to you, continue to watch. If it's not, I get it. You can move on, have fun. And it's me having a rough idea of what I want to do and just sort of going to problem solve it. So if you want to hang out, feel free to. If you don't, you don't have to. Okay, so I got this. It's a DeWalt pool saw, and also known as a Japanese hand saw. So if you have like a regular saw, you do this motion, right? And usually the cutting can happen both directions, but typically it's you push you push down, and then with this you pull it. So you actually have a little bit more control, and if it's rigid enough, you can have more maneuverability. I actually get out of the package. I actually oh, it's got tape. Pool saws better than regular saws. It's just preference. Okay, so this is trash. Goodbye. And I'm going to undo this and put my kniff in. I guess that's so you can articulate the head at different angles. And the reason I have this is because I'm making the thing okay, so when you have the strings for the loom, they go like this. And you have one that's on top and then the other's on the bottom. And you slide your thread through, and then you go like this to the other way, and then you slide your thread through the other way, and you just keep alternating. So I'm thinking of using these two pieces of wood to alternate. I'm making a loom. Just continue. And to alternate the directions. And I have these eye screws and penny nails. The nails are what I'm going to nail in on the top here. And I don't know how many to nail. I might have to look this up. But yeah, so that's what I have. So I'm going to measure twice and cut once. So this is it's like 15 1/4 inches. Okay. 15 1/4. I'm just going to go shy of that. just ever so slightly. And make sure. Oh, it's good. All right. Oh, I don't have my square. Pooh. That's okay. I'll use this. All right. So we're going to measure here. Nope. That works. Okay, so I'm going to use this guy to cut this. I'm going over here. Don't mind these tubs. They're my craft buckets. All right. I should have a clamp, but I don't know where to put it. Ha-ha! Oh. And perfect. So this can then slide up and down. Easy peasy, fresh and squeezy. All right, next one. Same size. The only reason that these are two different thicknesses is because they sold out of this one. So I had to go with the thicker, but that's okay. And square it up. All right. And cutting this. Keep your fingies back. You're only gonna... There we go. There we go. You could do this a lot faster with a miter saw, but it's in my garage and I don't want to go grab it, so. How are y'all? You can chat and I'll look up and I'll see it. I'm building a loom. I think that I put that in the title. I think so. Small. So let's check this. Wunderbar. Wonderful. All right. So weirdly, I actually started vlogging this morning. I don't know. It's a strange thing. I've noticed since I've started the isolation, I've been more excited to do things. Okay. So, oh, do I have a hammer? I may. I have to go outside and grab it. I haven't done any more traveling since I went home for December, like Christmas time. And that's so, that was the last trip I did. My big one was in the summer. I might do a video where I show the clips that I recorded for that. I don't think I recorded a lot because I really wanted to be in the moment, but I know I do have some. So I might edit that together. But yeah, I think I'm definitely going to be producing more stuff now that I have this isolation. It's so weird. It's this past week I've just been it feels like there's a fire under me. Motivation I didn't have before. I don't know. This past year has been very, very, very difficult. Emotionally, physically. Yeah. So I don't know. I just feel really sort of motivated and hopeful. And that's new for me this year. Yeah, I'm not having any anxiety about the isolation. So I think I've been more social since the isolation than I have before the isolation. Because I could go a week without talking to somebody, but now it's like daily. I'm talking to people on the podcast, everything like that. I think I will need a hammer. Let me go outside. Give me a second. Going outside. Be right back. I do have pigeons out here on the front porch. Get out of my way. All right. Hi, pidgeys. Don't hurt me. Ugh. All right. Aha! Got it. I'm coming back. I got the hammer. Ooh, it's warm in here. Get out of my way. Whatever. Okay. Thank you guys for sticking around. Okay. All right. I got my hammy. All right. Oh, let me take my shoes off. I've got pigeon poop all over my front porch because I let them live out there. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. But they definitely own my front porch, so don't want to go out there without shoes on. Okay. All right. Let's see. Ho, 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 ho. Let's get this open. Do I have a knife? Well, not that one. I don't mind the pigeons. Like, I really don't. They've given birth a lot. Every time I want to move, because I have, like, not gonna lie, I have this carcass of a couch I built out there, and they sort of like have nested in this. And here, let me show you. I don't know if you can see. So that's the couch I built, and they have like a nest under it, and my whole front porch is like, it's definitely interesting. Maybe I'll put it on my vlog for today so that you guys understand what I'm talking about. Okay. So, how many strings are typically on a loom? Let's see. How many strings are on a loom? Oh, you can do a cardboard? How to make and string a loom. Ooh, Better Homes and Garden. Hi. All right. Oh, blah, blah, blah. 3/4 inch nails. Well, I have an inch, so suck it. Measure 1/2 inch from the inside corner on both sides of the room, and then 1/2 inch long sides, and then 1/2 inch increments. Okay. Cool. Ah, I see. I see. Oh, they're kind of doing the same thing I'm doing. Cool. All right. So it's a 1/2 inch and then all the way across. Cool. Nice. All right. Pumped for some vlogs. Yeah, me too. I actually put well, you'll see. Hi, Nye. My kids and I love you. Oh, thank you. Do you miss making YouTube videos? So I've been, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I've gained a lot of weight in the last 2 years. And it's been really stressful. And I've noticed that I have an eating disorder, not like bulimia or anorexia. And it's not really binge eating. It's like compulsive. It's like it's hard to explain, but I am going to therapy for it. And I'm doing this because I have unresolved trauma, which I talk about on the podcast a lot. And I'm pretty open about the stuff that's been happening in my life. But I've been very self-conscious about how I look. And so I was very sort of reluctant to do any kind of anything on YouTube, to be honest, because I know I've gained weight and I know the trolls will come out and talk about how I look, and it's just not fun. So in that sense, I do not miss YouTube, but I do miss the community. I feel like it's a really fun creative outlet for me. And yeah, so that's where I'm at. So I'm marking the loom every 1/2 inch from the side, and that's where the nails will be. 1/2 inch. So what I'm doing is I just want to try weaving. Yeah, so thank you. Mindless compulsive eating used to happen to when I was a kid. So yeah, so that's sort of I'm gonna weave with this. I just want to do kind of like a tapestry, I think. And if I get any good at this, I kind of want to I have a lot of my best friends have a lot of kids, and I thought it would be cute to make them a prayer rug. But that's only if I'm good at it and it doesn't take a long time. If it takes a long time, then ain't nobody got time for that. I move on to another project. I'm not a repeat projector. Once I complete something, I'm oh, move on. I figured that out. So this is sort of I have a lot of problem with compulsion, and this has been my recent compulsion. I want to learn how to do this. So what do I need to do? 1/2 inch, really boring, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, perfect. Okay, so this is off center. I marked 1/2 inch here. So that's a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to do the other side. Hey, Lo, good to see you on. Don't let the trolls eat you. They're so nasty. Thank you. Well, it's sort of like, it's like this past year, I've wanted to just hide in general a lot. So yeah, that sort of has nothing to do with specifically YouTube, but it's definitely been on my mind, to not be so public. But you know what? Screw them. Snap my fingers. I can't because I have a pencil in my hand. Have you ever noticed that you can snap really easy with one hand and then in your dominant hand it just feels awkward? What is that? I think it's because you have a lot of built up muscles in here and it's just not as free flowing. See, it's not even as loud. I digress. Oh, piss. Drop my pencil. Was it? How can you have so much patience, mashallah? As soon as I start something, I feel like it's going to take forever. I don't know. I sometimes get stuck in the weeds for a project, and then I sometimes give up. Like, I once made a quilt. I still have it. Once made a quilt back when I was still married, and it got to the point where I finished putting all the front together and it came time to like sandwiching it and then doing the actual quilting. And then by the time I got halfway through the quilting, I'm like, I'm kind of done. Like, it was like, my aunt does it all the time. Like, she's like a phenomenal quilter. Like, it's insanely good stuff. But I just got so bored. And to this day, that quilt's still in a tub in my bedroom. So, I hope to start vlogging more. I'm doing a vlog today. And then I have content with Sheikh Abdullah Adoro for Ramadan, where we do. Remember how a couple years ago I raised a lot of money for Basics of Islam, and well, the money went to an organization I used to volunteer for, and I have no access to that money anymore because there's been a huge falling out between a lot of people. And so I still feel like it's an amana on myself to produce a Basics of Islam sort of thing. And so my other channel, because I have 2 channels, I'm going to be making that into sort of like actually like not scripted content, but more organized, thoughtful content. And this I'm going to leave for my personal stream of conscious thought situation. So that's what we're doing there. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on because it's a trust that people put in me. Like, they gave me money to make a Basics of Islam for this organization. And then it kept getting pushed back. And then we had a huge falling out between a lot of the members. And so I don't have access to that anymore. And, you know, it's for the best. Alhamdulillah, right? So even though I don't have access to the money, I've been trying to build it myself. And with the help of my podcast, I now have some really nice equipment that I can film and do the audio it's a lot slower, but getting there. And we're doing the Basics of Islam series on my terms. So that's what's happening. Anyways, I have no idea what happened with that money. You know what? I put in my effort, and I'm going to continue doing it, whether or not I have the money or not. And that's something that, like, my friend Sadaf and I have sort of talked about for a really long time. Is a trust that was put upon us, and so we're going to continue with it. So, inshallah, it's tomato passes path. So somebody asked where I get my scarves from. They're an instant hijab, so they have it's sewn here, and I literally this is how I do my hijab every day. And it's called voile chic. I can never pronounce it, but they're a Canadian company that it's a Canadian company that my friend Marwa owns, and excellent customer service, excellent products. Love them, obsessed. So voile chic is, I would say, 99.999 repeating of my scarves. So that's where I get them from. Okay, so will your friends Sadaf and Sahara be in your Ramadan videos? Not for the Ramadan ones. Maybe here on my personal channel we'll do stuff, but I do have a really, really, really cool project that, well, with this isolation situation, it's definitely moved it on further back. Sadly, it was going to come out in June, and I'm working on it with Yaqeen Institute, and it's kind of like a game show. It's super fun, but yeah. Yes, so voile chic is spelled, make sure I didn't, okay. VOILECHIC. So you just go voile chic. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. I had a French person say that's not how you say it. So, it means styled scarf or stylish scarf or something like that. I don't know. But I do like Verona collection, but I only like really instant hijabs. Like I really like instants, and that's all I really wear. So, but I have like pieces like one of my friends, and like, yeah, I love her stuff. If I could fit into the clothing, I would wear it. But yeah. Have you tried Scarves for Love by Chelsea Hijab Love? I've really loved everything I've bought from her. Never tried her scarves, no. Why did you create 2 channels? I'm subscribed to both, by the way. Very good question. So, back when YouTube was just YouTube and not part of Google, I started my YouTube channel over 10 years ago. And oh God, I've been on YouTube for 10 years. Anyways, so I was married at the time, and my channel name was I Love, and then my husband's name. And then when I stopped loving him, I was like, this is dumb. So I was like, I'm making my own channel. Like, honestly, it just shows you sort of like my mentality at the time. Dumb. It should have been like my own and me and all that stuff. Anyways, so when I started this channel, because I could not change, I could not change the URL name. And I tried, like I called corporate, but once you set it, you just set it. And now, like, it's more, like that URL still works, but I have another URL that also works there with some sort of like Google weirdness. So, So that's sort of why. I mean, I no longer wanted to associate myself with someone that was, for lack of a better term, abusive. So that's why I went with another name. And then once Google bought out YouTube, you could change your URL. So that's why I kept the other channel still going. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Long story short, that's how I'm too, like the ones you pull over and go, haha, the instant hijab. Yeah, man, I can't do pins anymore. I've gotten back into sort of underscarves, but mostly just like the little headband, like a cloth headband. I put it here and then I put my hijab on. Easy. Okay. But of course, you learn from the experience and help you grow. Yes, I agree. It's definitely helped me grow. All right, time to nail, people. If you're new, I'm making a loom. So, do you still talk to Amina? Yes, I did. I actually talked to her, was it yesterday or the day before? One of these days, we were chatting about how, like, how she was doing, how the family was, and the isolation, and my brother. So, yeah. Alhamdulillah. She's good people. All right. Okay, sorry. I missed something. Any hardship we get through is a way to make us stronger. Yes. Oh, same here, Lil. I have too many. Any advice for someone who is just going through divorce? I would say open up to people, but know that some of your closest friends and family can't be there for you emotionally, and that is okay. That's their problem, not your problem, right? So you just have to find people that can help support you, lift you up, be there for you, because you're just gonna be like this for a while. It's almost like you're going through like bipolar. You're happy you're getting out of something that's was causing so much stress, but then you're sort of grieving for the loss of expectations that are met. I remember that was a huge thing. Like me trying to figure out my definition, right? Because before I had like a whole life lived with him in my head, and this is how it was going to be. And this is sort of when we were, because, like that's just how you do. You run scenarios through your head and you would like to have this scenario happen. And then once you realize it's not going to happen, and it's probably for the best that it isn't going to happen, you actually grieve, not for the relationship, but for like the thing that you built inside your head, which is really very strange. And just know that it's going to take like 2 years. It took me a year, almost a year and a half. If someone started talking to me about it, I would cry. And it took me a year and a half to sort of be able to talk about it and not sort of break down emotionally. Because now I can talk about it. I'm chill. I'm sure that there's some latent trauma still waiting to pop out. But what's my favorite color? I really love a dark blue with just a tiny hint of green. I don't really like teal. I mean, I like teal, but it's not my favorite. But I like dark blue, like this color blue, but with like a little bit of touch of green. I don't know why, but that's what I like. Yeah, so it's sort of like it's a shit situation, whichever way you do it. Just know, I would have to say the advice that I keep having to relearn is that some of the people that you love the most cannot be there for you emotionally. So just know that maybe they're not the ones that are going to really help you through it. If you're really suffering, seek mental health support. I can't stress that enough. It makes a huge difference. And it's something I should have done years and years and years and years and years ago. But plus, it is what it is. I'm here now. I'm in therapy now. And I'm on antidepressants. And it's definitely like the reason I'm so open about it, I just thought, I was like, should I say all of this to people? But I think that's something that we have to get over. We should talk about our mental health, and we should talk about where we're at and what we need and where our boundaries are, and go from there. Not everybody's happy all the time, and it's dumb to put that out there. I have in the past, and it's just a miserable existence. And I only want to be genuine, and I only want to be truthful and not hurt people, but also help people. So that's sort of what, yeah. So that was how old were you when you got married? I started the relationship 2 years before I got married to him. I was 26 when we got together, and then I think 28 when we got married, and then divorced by 32. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, breaking down the stigma is beneficial. Thank you for your advice. Really appreciate it. Yes, exactly. Nobody's ever happy all the time. It's so refreshing. Just be honest and open. Honestly, seriously, it's like, you ever meet someone and like they have like that weird sort of fake feeling? That's like the antithesis of what I want to be in my life. So, just hammering away. Please grab a cup of tea and join me while I hammer. I don't know how deep those have to be in, but I'm not gonna put them in too deep. This is not annoying. Okay. Hi, can't stay on your live chat for long, but I just wanted to say stay safe and stay happy, everyone. Or healthy, everyone. Yes, please. All right. It's Sunnah to marry young, and I've been making dua to get married for 2 years, but Allah still hasn't given me someone. I just find it so frustrating, and I'm jealous of others who are married. Man, don't be jealous. Don't be jealous, because it's everyone builds marriage up to be this magical happy ever after ending. Mind you, I definitely have a different lens I look at marriage through. But the reason it's half your deen is not because it's completing a half of you, right? In Islam, we believe that marriage is half our deen, right? But it's not because we need to be married to be complete. That is absolute bullshit. What it is the lessons that marriage teaches us are beyond anything that we could learn through a solitary life. So one of the main benefits of marriage is it makes you less selfish. It makes you more prone to compromise and conflict resolution. And if you're doing like a healthy marriage with open communication and really putting that out there, you will be a better person for it. Not because of some romantic fantasy situation, but because it actually is sort of forging you into a better person by putting you in day-to-day conflict, for lack of a better term, with another person. Yes, if you have a really amazing connection, it can be flowers, happy ending, all that jazz. But that's not the whole point of it. The whole point of it is to make our us better people. And yeah. So I don't know if that's helpful or not. But don't romanticize the marriage. It's in its own way, a marriage can be a burden. And like somebody said, it's not compulsory, right? But yeah, you just have to go into it and not rush it. Not rush it. Because you're going to regret your life and the path you set on because you rushed it. So if God is taking a while to put your spouse in your path, it means he kind of wants you to learn something more so you can bring more to that if that's your end goal. Or just be okay with being by yourself. It is harder to, the longer you're single, sadly, the more selfish you do get, right? Because you only have to take into consideration your feelings when making a decision. So it's harder to make concessions for another person later on in your life when you're so used to the habit of it's my way or the highway, but that's just how you live, right? I make a decision, I'm going to do it. But in a marriage, it's give and take. Give as much as take. So, yeah. Don't rush it. You're just going to be like regretting your life. Are you winging this build? Did you Google how to build a loom? No, I did not Google until just about like a little bit ago when I tried to see how far to space the nails out. I had this all in my head. And it's nice to know that Better Homes and Garden thinks of the things that I think of. So, yay. Haha, I win. Anyway, so I'm going to keep nailing. Depression is a common sickness, but rare are the people who talk about it, so you can feel different with no one else. Yeah. Honestly, depression, I honestly think people are suffering from depression and don't realize that they have it because it's such a gradual onset that you don't see it coming. You really don't see it coming, and when it's full on, sometimes you don't realize that it's happened to you or where you're at emotionally. So people can have depression and not even know it, especially nowadays, because everybody thinks it's I don't know. With all the feedback loop that we have, we're just sort of conditioned to feel sad about our lives, right? We just think, oh, theirs is so much better. But really, like, there could be an underlying thing happening there. But I'm not a psychiatrist, although my friend Badia just got accepted into the School of Psychiatry for her residency. That's right. A Muslim woman gonna be a psychiatrist. Word. Okay. No one has to get married if they don't want to. No, never rush into anything. Lol, have sabr. Yes, patience. That did help, thank you. I just get a lot of pressure from family, especially since my cousin recently got married. Well, mashallah for her, and alhamdulillah, you don't have the wrong spouse. That's how you have to think about it. Don't have anybody else pressure you. Be like, if this isn't fit, I must have quit. Okay. I have yet to meet someone who didn't go through depression at some point in their lives. Yeah, it's just sort of, it is what it is. Either you can, that's the thing we have to realize as a culture. we're not really in our mental health, whether it be depression, anxiety. Like, the more and more I talk to people about it, the more and more I realize, like, I was not connecting with my mental health. Like, all I focused on for most of my life was physical health. Like, and it's the only thing that I really, like, even then I was sort of like blasé about it. But yeah. I have a question. When you're starting to watch like stuff now and people are hugging, are you like, "Ooh, don't hug"? This is really going to change how I view things. Like, cuz I saw like somebody like posted a blog or whatever. It must have been recorded before the incident, and they were hugging people, and I was like, "Don't do it. 6 feet." This is really a new world order, I swear. Like, our behaviors as a culture is completely shifting. Yeah, it's like our sort of entire culture as a planet is gonna completely shift. And it's cool, but at the same time, it's kind of scary. Because it's the unknown. Because we're going into the unknown. Frozen reference. Into the unknown. I'm obsessed with that soundtrack. Any other questions? Any rants you want me to go on? Because you know I can talk a lot. I made chickpea salad and it's so good. Well, nowadays you have to fake cough. Yeah. I literally, I said this yesterday in the live stream. I sneezed into my scarf into a corner because I was so paranoid about people thinking I had coronavirus. Although today I was talking to my friend Sadaf, and like we were talking about something, and I got like a little. I was lying down, like lying on the couch, and I got like a little tickle in my throat, and I started coughing, and it was like towards the end of the cough, it had a honk sound, and I got real paranoid, and I was like, I could just be. I'm feeling great, but that cough really threw me off, and I was like, I've got the Rona. But I'm sure everybody does that. Like I had like my throat hurt last night. My throat hurts if I'm tired when it's allergy season. But my throat hurt last night, and I was like, I looked up the symptoms, and I was like, okay, it's not on the symptom list. Did I miss something? No. I'm a big germaphobe anyways. I've always winced at people touching. This is somehow makes it feel better with my weird habits. I mean, you'll probably stay the safest out of all of us. I keep hearing birds. Yes, I have my sliding door open. So this is all open over here. And so I have a lot of birds. Oh, there's a hijabi on the porch on the other side of the. I've never seen her. Huh. Interesting. Anyways, any advice on how to resist family pressure to get married? My mom mentions it every day. Honestly, I know having an open and honest conversation probably might, to be perfectly honest, get you 0. Like, you will make no movement on a road where you won't be getting advice, but be open with her. Be like, hey, this is where I'm at. I haven't found anybody right. So just be open and honest with her, and inshallah, she may, but just have the expectation that she probably won't change this behavior. but just be open and be like, hey, I'm going to look and this is the boundary I'm setting up. And then, but do it in the most respectful way possible. But she should know where your feelings on this. Be like, hey, I'm looking, but I'm not just going to settle. Yeah. With a 15-year-old son as a revert, I just feel like the whole concept of finding a suitable spouse is overwhelmingly complex. And it's good to be single and learn all those lessons too. I completely agree with you. I think that we can learn these lessons on our own. It might be harder. In my mind, I see marriage as sort of like you're forging steel, right? So it's like being battered to make a stronger and stronger and stronger metal. I'm not saying physically battered. I'm just saying like when you have conflict. So it's like your conflict resolution skills, your compromise skills, like all those skills get tested every single day. And you could probably have that with your son, with a 15-year-old, but it's like a different dynamic. And you can still, work through those things and work on compromise and on your own, but it might take a little bit longer. I don't know. I do want to marry, but what? I miss it. Then you know what? If she's still going to pressure you, then just, you know what? Water off a duck's back. Yes, but Texas is a pollen storm, so sniffing and coughing. What are you drinking? Yes, it's called Spindrift. It's sparkling water. Yeah, it's really good. I like this a lot. I thought you had pet birds. No, I don't have a pet bird. I did think about it, but I don't know. I try to. She's typical Bengali mom and doesn't get it because she's married at 19 and thinks I'm Asian at 25. Then that's just her putting that stuff on you. Don't water off a duck's back, man. How do you get to know someone in a halal manner? Is there halal dating? I know a guy who's interested, but he wants to date before we're married. First of all, that statement right there, red flag it. So there is a way you can do halal dating, but depends on how strict you are. I don't know if I'm the person to give it this type of advice, but oops, hold on, I gotta text my friend. Hiya. Yeah. Sahara, about to leave. Nah. No, I had a cough and I'm being cautious. Because I'm a good girl. Anyways, so, what was I saying? Red flag. Yes. So I would say, so my friend recently just got married, Bunny, and she did the nikah like right away and the legal marriage as well. But then they spent that was in, I think, May or June they did that, and they just had their huge reception on the 1st of March, and they dated this entire time. So they could hold hands and kiss, because technically they were married, but they use this time to halal date, and date in the sense of sort of like a more conservative Western idea of dating. Like they didn't do overnights or anything like that. But they got to know each other really well over the course of I think that's a great idea. I think it's a perfect idea. That's all. That's the way I would recommend it, in the most halal way. Because if you sort of go down that path, the only other way I would say is to have a chaperone the whole time. Like, bring one of your girlfriends, one of your more conservative girlfriends, maybe, and have them double date, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I do think you should get to know somebody before you get married, though. That's not a good idea. All right, I'm slowing down, so I gotta speed up. This is what I'm doing. I'm making a loom. I think it's in the title of the video. I'm not 100% sure. Come on. Oops, there it went. Oh! I hit my thumb. Ouch. Come on. Hope for the best. All right. What is a loom? So a loom is for you to weave, like they make carpets on looms. They can make tapestries. You use it to weave. Yes, essentially that is exactly what you do with it. So I'm making it because I just want to try it. I mean, it's really hipster to do it. And I got macrame. I'm a little late to that game, so we'll see how that goes. Yes. Oh yeah, it just I had a cough, and towards the end of the cough I honked, sounding, but I feel fine. I'm just being overly cautious. This is what happens when your friend's a nurse. I love you. Anyways. Have you ever tried apple pie cookies? What is that? Will you be doing Ramadan cooking videos? I don't know. Maybe on this channel. Yeah, because it's more freeform. I might. I recently got let me see. What is it? What's her last name? Her first name's Priya, but Priya what? Priya Krishna. Oh, I should remember that. I had a friend named Krishna. Priya Krishna's Indianish book. Just because I have a lot of lentils and rice now, I was like, oh, it would be cool if because I love her on the test kitchen videos, so that's why I got that, because she uses a lot of dal and rice, and like I tried one recipes from her, so good, so I was like, oh, I'll try this now, and I'm glad I did. I might do like some of hers. I'm trying to get her on the podcast. She would be a fun one. And she's a fun Instagrammer. Her I really like her stories. Her boyfriend Seth does bakes. It's so funny. Wait, what was it? Do you like savory foods more or sweet foods? I actually think about this quite a bit. I don't think I'm very discerning. I will say, if someone has some mashed potatoes, it's the best. They're so good. And I always think, I should eat these more. And then I look at my waist and I'm like, no. This can't be easy for your ears, guys. I don't know how you're listening. It's crazy. Let's see. What else is interesting right now? Yeah. So like, are people there in shelter in place? Are people there in shelter in place? People tend to, like I went grocery shopping yesterday, and like I got as much as I could, without hoarding. But it's enough for me for like I think I could live off of what I have in here for over a month, and I don't have to go out again. Same with Coco. I got her enough food to last her like a pretty decent amount of time. But like I see people sitting out on their porch, and I see people walking around. But they're not like in groups and stuff, so. Oh, lucky. I'm very persnickety. I prefer savory. Hey, Joelle, my buddy. Oh, he's moved away from me, and I am not happy with him. When I needed you the most. No, I'm just kidding. I'm building a loom. No, Joelle, don't worry. I love you. You're fine. Dee. All right. There's a lot of nails. Dang. Andrea, I keep missing the question mark. Okay. Do you have a separate prayer outfit because of Coco? So actually, I can show you this right now. So you see this fence here? So that door right there is my bedroom. That's my bathroom. This fence here goes all the way to my kitchen, and then it shuts off. So Coco's not allowed really in this room or in my living room, and my living room is where I pray. So she's like in a completely separate area. Like Coco comes into the living room, but she's usually being held. But yeah. I don't allow her to roam out there because it's carpeted. Here, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a plastic sheeting on the ground. Because Coco's old, she spots sometimes. And so I do that, and then I put like pee pads so it encourages her to go there instead of like anywhere else. And then I have the plastic down so she doesn't like peeing on that. So any of the areas that Coco's in has this plastic sheeting on the ground, and so it's easy to clean, and yeah, I don't have to worry about it. And she doesn't really like peeing on it, so hashtag good benefit there. But yeah. Okay, so I got one side nailed. The only issue is this knot right here. It was really hard to get that in. But I worked real hard on it. So yeah. So the prayer outfit, everything is in the living room. That's where I do that. I'm making a loom. So yeah, so that's how I live. So this, and I'm putting nails here so I can string things and weave it. Yes. I don't know if I have the patience for it. Have you ever watched a YouTuber I really like is called, I feel like her name is Wendy. It's either like With Wendy or It's Wendy or look, Wendy. Sewing. Doodaloo. With Wendy. I love her YouTube channel. She has a very soothing voice. But anyway, she did a loom class, I guess, and then she taught on her channel how to loom. And I was like, I want to do that. So that's why I'm doing this. She's awesome. She's a maker. So, and right now I'm nailing every ½ inch so that it will be the, it's called, I don't know, fret is on a guitar. What is this called? It's called the warp, stringing the warp. The strings are the warp. What will you make? Like cushion covers? Actually, that's not a bad idea. Well, I was thinking of making a tapestry for like a certain. I have like a little like sort of like inlet wall. I think would be cool. Or on this wall here, this one, this little pillar here, I think would be cool. Wait, there you are. Here, so it's like a wall hanging. But a pillow is a really cool idea because I love plaid. I could do a plaid pillow. Cool beans. Do-do-do-do. This is actually taking me a lot longer than I thought it would. Hiya. What's the weft? The weft is the string that gets weaved. So the string that you weave with goes around, up and down, over and under the weft. Think of it like guitar strings. And then you weave in between those guitar strings. Yeah. I don't know much about looming, to be honest. I'm just doing this. I'm winging it, man. I am not a professional loomer or a weaver. But by the end of this, you could you make a custom made undercap with the loom? It would be very knit-ish. It wouldn't be like this unless you got like a super fine loom. And then ain't nobody got the time for that, and that would be over like $100 in labor at least, depending on your rate. Because sometimes if I have to do a logo, I charge $100 an hour because I don't like making logos. So I set the price point so high so people don't ask me. Anyway, so yeah, you could make an underscarf, but it would be literally look like maybe like a knit cap. You could make you could make a scarf, like a winter scarf. They have ones that you sort of roll on the one side and then unfurl it over time. And you can make a longer and longer and longer scarf. Yep. Yeah. And sell on eBay? I mean, you could sell it on eBay. I hate doing that. No, man, okay, so like the stuff I like making is very labor intensive, right? I did make, I do have an Etsy, but the stuff I make takes so much time, it's honestly not worth buying. But that's true. It's true. Yeah. Cause I make like those custom Catan boards, and that takes me can take me like a week and a half to do. A week if I'm going like every day and doing it. Cause you have to wait for things to dry and then do like a paint over. So like it does take some time. So that's like a lot of work to do something like that, and then there's no price point to make it actually really profitable. And I like doing things once, and then once I do them, I'm kind of like, no, I did it. I kind of doubt that, What? Yeah. Careful. Joelle, you are not my father. But I love you anyways. Yes, I did hammer my thumb for a second time. Oh, these nails are forever. Cool. Well, you could infuse it with the lavender and sell it for $100 as a special sleep-inducing pillow. I like the way your mind works. Yeah. I also have a hard time charging things. I know it's a bad practice, and it's like sort of stems from maybe like not having self-confidence in some things. But yeah, I think if you're an artist, you're so used to people asking for you to do stuff for free, you just end up having like a neuroses about it. I don't know. Can we see? Oh, it's a lot of work, but you're very artistic. I think you would do well. Thank you. Can we see Coco? I don't know if she's up or not. Coco! Coke! She might be in a coma. She did have a lot for dinner. I switched her on a different... She's eating more of it, which is good. I feel like she's gained a little bit of weight. Coco! Coco! Oh, I know why she's not coming out. I'm hammering. She hates it. That's why. That makes sense. Any loud noises, she's like, If my fire alarm goes off, woohoo! Nuts. She goes insane. She wants to be like right here. How come you want to get another dog? So I've been thinking about, yes, I have been thinking about getting another dog. Coco is like a cat. Joelle knows what I'm talking about. He knows. So Coco's like a cat, and she likes to sleep all day, and she doesn't like to train, and if I'm not petting her or holding her, she kind of is like, you're no use to me. So I kind of miss having like a Labrador and that kind of stuff. So I'm so used to that sort of mentality of a dog that like Coco is like a cat. So yeah, that's why I kind of am thinking about getting like a dog. And I've had some situations in the past year that kind of warrant me having a more intimidating dog. Yeah. Anyways, so yes, that's sort of what I'm thinking. Maybe she thinks you're making a kennel. Last nail. Yeah. Woohoo! All right. So it's all nailed up. So these are the nail bits. Probably gonna have to redo this nail, but everything else is nailed up. I'll probably have to redo. Oh, I hear her. Hello, Cokie. Let me get her for you. Hi, Peanut. Oopsies. You want to come here? Come here. Good girl. There she is. Like a Doberman. I'm not like a Doberman person. I like pit bulls are my favorite, and labs I really like. But honestly, I've had the best luck with mutts. So not like a purebred, but like a, who knows? They have less issues. Like, for example, like Coco's hind legs are not working so great lately, and she's got a lot of teeth issues, and she's got an extreme overbite, and her esophagus likes to act up and flutter, and so she coughs and stuff. But yeah. So if I'm not doing this to her, she just can't. She doesn't care. Yeah. So I'm thinking like I've been looking at this dog, but she has a lot of anxiety, and I don't have a backyard, and you really want to like have them be able to burn it off at any time. And because I live in an apartment, like I feel like I could give her a good home, but not a great home, if that makes sense. So yeah. Yeah, so this is Coco. Literally, your pit bull and Coco are like kindred spirits. Like if she hears like a honk of a horn, she like tries to like hide inside of me. And she really hates when I play with her ears. But I just love it so much. Yeah. So, oh, you're letting me do so much to you right now? Does she have any clothes? She does. She has winter clothes. So she has like a winter jacket. And she has a cargo shirt for hiking where you can keep your treats in there, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. She doesn't really like to wear clothes, but when it's cold outside, she clearly has like zero fat. So, yep. Are you good? Are you good? So I think I might stop this now because it's been an hour and 20 minutes. It's crazy long. I hope you guys are practicing. She doesn't do costumes for Halloween or anything like that. Right now, no. Do you? No. Although I was thinking of doing, like, dressing her up and doing, like, skits. She seems cold. I know that's honestly, she shakes all the time. She's not cold right now at all. This is just how she is. Yeah? Are you all right? This is her favorite spot in all of humanity. Hold on, get in there. There we go. She loves this. Where she like sort of like just chills. I just like when she's really hot, she just like is a noodle on my arm. It's so cute. Yes, she does look really cute in her clothes, and all clothes are too big for her, which is really cute too. All right, so I'm gonna leave it here. I might work on this for a little bit, and then I might come back on tomorrow and do some Loomy stuff. Because this took way too long. Maybe because I'm a chatty Cathy, but I digress. I hope you guys are staying healthy and safe, and I'll see you soon. So like them. Boop, boop, boop. Yes, I do.